Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Marketing in Scotch. This is Roger. Welcome to my nerd cave, aka my library. The first thing I want to do before we actually talk marketing is talk about Scotch because it's one of my favorite things. A good rocks glass. Now when you drink Scotch, you don't want to put ice cubes in it because that actually just ruins the flavor. You want to do an ice ball. You can buy these little things on Amazon for $9.99 for two. You just pour the water in, put this in, 4 hours it's frozen, crack it. Now I have a nice ball of ice that goes in the bottom of the cup. The whole point behind this is you don't want to water down the Scotch. You just want to chill it before it hits your mouth. It makes it a little bit easier to drink. I think tonight I am going to, I have a Macallan 12 right here. I'm going to pour myself a 3-finger, which technically is a double shot. And pour it up to the top of the ice ball. Now you want to be careful with these ice balls in the size of your rock glass. Maybe wiggle it a little bit, make sure that all the air gets out. Because the one thing you don't want is an air bubble popping all the Scotch all over your face. It's kind of funny when it happens to other people, not necessarily when it happens to you. So, I just got back from meeting a friend for happy hour. An amazing young entrepreneur here in the Akron-Canton area. And we had a great conversation and we were talking about showing up. And it really made me think on the way back, I'm like, you know what, I want to shoot a video about this. He's like, Roger, how did you become a columnist on the Huffington Post? How did you make Inc. Magazine's fastest growing companies? How are you in all of these magazines? And my response was, well, I applied. I filled out the form. He's like, well, who did you know? How much did you pay? I'm like, no, seriously, dude, there's a form. You fill it out and you get an opportunity to do that. He's like, well, I got an email today for one of the national trade shows, like 40,000 people go to it, and there's an opportunity for companies to be nominated for awards. He's like, we've been in business for 55 years. We've got one of the best sets of technology. We have cutting edge marketing. I'm like, apply. Fill out the form. It's usually like 8 to 10 questions, maybe a phone call. And it really got me thinking about showing up. The biggest problem that people have in their business is they don't show up. They sit on an idea, they sit on a dream, and they never take action on it. You can't accomplish anything if you don't show up. So tonight, I'm showing up with Scotch to tell you to show up. So much better with an ice ball. I had an event this last weekend. It went okay. Good attendance, great people, amazing speakers. People really loved the event. One of my brother's friends came up to me at the event about 3/4 of the way through the first day, 2-day event. And he says, Roger, he's like, you know what? You've convinced me. I need to go into business for myself. I'm sick of working. I think he does demo work, which by the way I did when I got out of the Marines for a summer. He's like, I'm ready to do it. I'm like, all right, man, just show up. He's like, all right. I'm like, okay, show up tomorrow and we'll talk tomorrow afternoon about your ideas. Do you think he showed up the next morning? Fuck no. He didn't show up. You're not going to accomplish anything unless you show up. You take advantage of opportunities. You go for it. You try. To become a columnist on the Huffington Post, yeah, you know what? A little bit of branding, a little bit of credibility, some accomplishment will help. But still, anybody can go to the Huffington Post and fill out a form and try to become a columnist. Talk to the editors and work their way through. Not everybody gets accepted, but at least try. So this is Roger. Thank you for stopping by the Scotch Library tonight for Marketing in Scotch. And I will talk to you guys all tomorrow. Thank you.